we're still debating the notion of the disease concept, and it's not a concept, it is a disease, and doctors will tell you that. And this notion of your own will, a notion of willpower. And people who, and when we associate it with other diseases like diabetes and cancer, let's say, well, you know, people who have cancer don't throw their kids out the window, don't go around shooting people, or don't rob banks or do things to continue their habit. So it's a notion of choice. It's not choice. I think that once you become addicted to alcohol, you lessen your control over your own life and your own actions. And what is striking to me is the inability for folks to see the difference between a person who's addicted and a person who's in recovery. The person who's addicted exhibits all kinds of behavior that is very negative and harmful to themselves and others. Once that person gets sober, is in recovery, that behavior stops. So it's not a character issue. It is a medical problem. But then it's like, you may be able to sit in a bar and have 2 drinks and go home. I can't do that, but you can't understand it. To me, it continues to support it being medical. There's something wrong with my DNA. Well, there's something about my DNA. It's not wrong with it. There's something about my DNA that sets me up for that. It's the same thing with people. Some people get diabetes and other people don't. Alcohol is an acceptable drug. We don't, I think the biggest distinction is the behavior. The things that people do when they're in the throes of active alcoholism. It is so extraordinary that it sort of dismisses anything else. And we can't come to terms with it. I think that the people who are affected by it have to heal themselves. They have to, because they experience the powerlessness and they feel the hurt. And they often don't have places to go to understand what that was like for them. I mean, I have someone in my family who 30 years later still carries the memories of some behavior I exhibited and wants to nail me with it. I won't allow her to do that, but obviously she was right with me in the very beginning, in the worst part of my disease, and she remembers it, and it caused her pain. I think the pain has more to do with the feeling of helplessness and her feeling of powerlessness on someone she loved very much. I really believe that. I don't think she thought I was a bad person. Powerlessness, helplessness, and hopelessness permeate this disease on both sides.